Guys, how are we? Is that is that too daft? I was doing a bit of filming earlier on, just a bit of extra work that I've been doing on the side. Yeah, this is one of the upshot of doing these boxing videos. I get all sorts of offers streaming in. I've seen the influence of the sort of style, the apparel that I've been wearing. I was really filtered through to some of the lower kind of bottom feeders and stuff like that, which is great to see. It's nice to give people a leg up, in business. But yeah, guys, I haven't really done one of these in a while. Don't have a lot to say, um, except for in the build up, right, to the Terence Bud Crawford Israel Madridov uh, fight night, right? I don't know if you remember, but there were some promotional scenes. Now Eddie Hearn, who was not promoting Bud Crawford, was getting into all sorts of. They were flirting a bit. They're having a wee flirt, you know. And to be fair to Hearn, like he was bringing the best out of him. You know, he has a knack for it. He knows what he's doing. He probably should be promoting Bud Crawford because he's bringing out that side of him. You know, it's like when we seen that footage of him. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Like, it's really bad. Like, I don't know why I've been wearing this. I had to like walk to work and then back from back from work as well wearing this. But hang on, we're gonna get rid of this Sparky the gay dog scarf, and then we can continue right with the video. So basically, what we had seen was Bud uh, approaching Errol Spence. This is years ago, way before the fight happened. Backstage at one of the big fights. I'm not sure who was fighting. It could have been Mayweather. If it could have been Mayweather Madonna or something like that. Maybe a wee bit after that. But Bud it was just a whole different side of him that we don't see. He had his hat on and so he was just in the hood, you know. And his charisma was through the roof. And it was so likable and so brilliant. And, you know, for obviously his own reasons, which we must respect, he chooses not to. It's pretty late for me to be barking stuff out the window at my neighbours. He chooses not to really show that side so much. It's more of a, the family man, professional, and stuff like that. And even when he did fight Errol Spence, and what other Errols are there, like? And he came on stage and he was rapping to Little Wayne and stuff, and I was like, this is fucking great. This is what we need to be seeing, you know. Bob Arum wasn't able to pull that out of him for he's obviously he's different centuries and stuff like that. Hearn, got the chat going, and Hearn was saying like, I'll beat you at football. Crawford was like, no, I'll stuff you. It's like, I'll beat you at swimming. Bud says, no, I do the 100 meters in 5 seconds flat. And then Hearn pulled out the golden bullet. He says, I'll beat you at darts. And Crawford stepped up. Now, one thing I did notice whilst all this was going on was that Bud Crawford's about this size, you know. Hearn is actually massive. Like, Eddie Hearn is a massive guy. Like, multi-weight, undisputed world champion or not. Eddie Hearn's a big guy. Like, he's a big guy. And he can punch, you know. We seen him lay out Frank Smith, once, which was satisfying. We liked that, didn't we? The T-boy. So that was all right. Anyway, they went and played darts. Didn't even see it. Seen a clip of it, right? Hearn got stuffed. Hearn got absolutely stuffed, and he was ripping. He was absolutely livid. He couldn't even take it in fair sportsmanship. He couldn't even hold his hand up and say, what he said was in every interview that followed it was, yeah. I was very glad to, to help promote him and stuff, free of charge, of course, you know. Uh, but yeah, he did beat me in darts, admittedly, right? But I didn't know that he had his own set of darts and his own like darts club and his own darts. But he started reeling out the excuses. Now this is boxing. Like if you if you take an L, you can't be coming out with all of this nonsense. You know what I mean? So I mean, Hearns is sort of kind of hypocritical in a way, you know. But anyway, that's really all I had to say. I just wanted to speak on that. I think it was important. Um, yeah, what else was going on? Hearn then with Simon Jordan. Those guys sort of had a face off. You know, battle of the business minds. Hearn proved to be a strong front runner. Came out fighting. Uh, I think that Jordan was a little bit wary. You know, he wasn't trying to show his hand too early. And obviously in the sort of the real estate, you know, that Hearn held, he knew he had to sort of play it cool, and he did, and he survived. He hung in there until the middle rounds, and that's when he, you know, sort of, he was in the ascendancy then, and he started to put it on her. Like he started to hammer him. He hammered Eddie Hearn, and that was good to see too. Yeah, I think we all enjoyed that. And the fanboys, the Matchroom fanboys were out there. I don't know who these people are. You know what I mean? Oh, fucking 1 billion. Matchroom is the greatest. Eddie Hearn runs boxes. What? What are you doing? Like, why have you aligned yourself thus? You know, Terence Crawford beat him at his in his strongest suit, which is darts. You know, so you can beat that Canute over the water there doing his MMA talk show. You know, Ariel. You can beat him every time he goes on, but Terence Bud Crawford, an American, you know, it was almost, it was hard to watch in a way. But Hearn versus Jordan, I think Hearn come back into it then, to be fair to him, and it was that was I think one of the best matchups we've seen, you know, in the boxing sort of framework. Hearn's been all over recently. What else was he doing? He was in against Fish Eyes the other night, yeah, in the Dubois AJ face off, which was really good. And I think Frank Warren opened up and he spoke about he says, well, Daniel's only a baby. He's only 26 years old. I mean, he's a baby in the sport. What age is Anthony again? You can see her was smiling. It was almost an appreciation of that slick, subtle move. You know, it was a classic maneuver from old Fish Eyes. You know, the guy knows every trick in the book by this stage. But Hearn come right back. You know, and he's fighting on all fronts. It's kind of like Hitler. You know what I mean? He's got the Russians, you know, to this side. The Allies are over here. It's almost like he takes on too much, but somehow he always manages to prevail. So we'll see what happens. Of course, another news, Turkey Al Sheikh is, you know, threatening to, I don't know, just what more is there to say about the guy? Very likable, spends a lot of money, gets the big fights made. Might be just a little bit unrealistic in some of the things that he would like to see done, but it is what it is. Simon Jordan did suggest that perhaps the Saudis could sort of supersede and move through these sort of promotional partners, your Shaloms, your Hearns, your Warrens, Queensbury, yeah. And that's something that might happen, but could you really see, again, it's that cultural divide? Would that really work? They're always going to need these guys to represent and to make those connections, especially in the US, throughout Europe. You know, again, it's this cultural thing that we spoke about. You know, I did read a full Wikipedia page on this thing one night. I can't remember any of it, you know, but it does bear thinking about sometimes. Anyway, guys, I think that's just about enough from myself. Carl Froch put out a really good video earlier on, by the way. I thought we spoke about Nawa Anue. You know, he broke the thing down technically quite well and stuff. Yeah. And as usual, couldn't help going into a whole breakdown of his own record and stuff, which is always good to see. He's a national treasure, isn't he? But anyway, guys, take it easy, and let's hope to see some good fights soon. Bye.